Hi, everyone. It's Kathy Weidner. You may know me better as KMC or Kathy Mills Chang. And I'm here today with Dr. Carey and Sally Girgis, who have been, I can honestly say, more like family than members for a really, really long time. It's been a while now, hasn't it?
That's right. Yes.
Amazing. Well,
It's a
you're
great
very
journey.
you're very special to us, and we're so delighted that you were selected as members of the month. Um, I'd just love to say, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your practice and how long you've been in practice. And I know that, but I think our listeners would love to hear about that.
Since 95 when I started my practice.
Mm,
So it's been a while. And it's been a long journey. And we were modeling to try to be professional as best as we can in the business side because the schools don't teach us a whole lot of that. And
no.
yes, we're good doctors. We know what to do, but we couldn't run a business. And it's incredible that we found you, and you have changed our lives in a sense, in totally making us as professional as can be in how to treat our patients, how to be able to do the right thing and do it right without worrying about am I doing the right thing or wrong thing. And you guys are awesome. We love it. We just love your relationship with you. So
Well, you are very sweet. I know all the hard work was on your part. Would you just speak a little bit like where you're located and really the specialty of your practice? Because I think that's really unique.
we are located in Westerville, Ohio, which is a suburb of Columbus, and we've been there since I graduated from the chiropractic school. But really, we obviously we did the chiropractic model that we learned at school. But back in 2012, we made a major switch because first of all, it was very difficult to keep uh, patients to keep constantly having to want more patients visits and all that. And it was very difficult to deal with the insurance, and it was just a tough to manage. And we discovered the decompression, non-surgical spinal decompression treatment, and I even contacted Dr. Alan Dyer, who invented the decompression treatment, the VAX-D equipment, and we linked up with Dr. Kaplan and Dr. Bard, and who really took us to the next level of learning how to do decompression. And now we do neuropathy care, and that totally changed our practice. And where we used to be 95% dependent on insurance, today we are 3% dependent on insurance.
Boy,
And,
you're singing the song everybody would like to sing. I hear you loud and clear.
and we love it. And you
Yeah.
have been with us through the journey to teaching us, holding our hands literally to show us how step by step to keep that practice in the right direction and being legal, being on the right track, and HIPAA stuff and all that stuff you taught us. And you've been a tremendous partner with us. So
We sure love you guys. And this lady sitting next to you, she had all the hard work, right? To put it into the practice and make sure it worked right. But something that has always impressed me about the both of you and your practice is that you really wanted to do it the right way.
right.
Because as you move into these other sorts of areas of different treatment, different clinical practices, sometimes it can get wonky in the areas of compliance, but you have always waved the flag that you want to do it right. You insist on doing it right, and you are doing it right, which I
Yes.
think is great. Sally, what do you think has been the biggest impact there with, maybe it's easier, maybe it's a little, not so bad, but tell me a little bit about your feelings on that.
So when Carrie was in chiropractic school, I used to ask, did I need to learn anything? And they said, no, you'll
No
never work
problem.
there. So I went off. I'm a music teacher, right? So I taught in a community college. I had just a wonderful time. We get here. I did not even know what a HIPAA form was.
Back in those
And,
days, neither did I.
Yeah.
and so the very hard way, I started learning step by step. And the way that we found you actually was we went to one of the state conventions, and I had so many questions, and the leader of the group couldn't answer them. I mean, like, she was the specialist. She said, I think you need to talk to Kathy. So we signed up to go to Chicago, and somehow that seminar didn't happen. And as a result, you offered to come to us. And I remember it was like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had been living in that frustration for all that time. What happened when you came, you actually came in the office, you sat down with me, you said, now this is how you do it. And showed me, like taught me from the beginning, even though I'd been doing it, but that was back in the days where you had to print out the HICPA forms and put them in envelopes and mail them off. And so here's where you've helped me the most. When I have a question, I know if I get an answer from you, it's going to be right. That's really what it comes down to, because there's a lot of other consultants out there that we might hear them speak at this convention or that, but I'm never quite sure that they've got it right. So when I come up with a dilemma, I will email you and I'll say, what do you think about this? And you'll tell me. And then if you have somebody on your staff, like with Jill, with the HIPAA thing, I really want our staff to understand the HIPAA regulations and all of that. So we did it right. You know, you don't need a lawsuit over that.
Not at all.
So Jill has worked with us for the past probably a year and a half. And our staff know, I mean, like, because of her training with us, and she Zooms calls with us once a month, not every month, and she'll spend time and answer their questions. She's helped us improve all of our paperwork. You put us in touch with quality people, and we're very grateful for that. Because I know if you say it, it's true.
Well, that's really kind. And, you know, I love our team. We have a large specialist team. Everybody's certified. But, you know, it's interesting you brought up the HIPAA piece. Very often we hear about doctors that really want to follow in your footsteps, maybe not so much with the specialty clinical side, but with moving away from insurance, not insurance dependency, et cetera. And really what they forget is at that point in time, the thing that can bite your fanny the worst is HIPAA. Like, that's really, you still have, it's not cash is all glory and sunshine and daisies. There's its own set of circumstances. And again, so impressed that you've said, we're moving this way. We want to do this right. That's always been so impressive about you. And I'm trying to remember something I remember about Columbus. This sounds so silly. And I don't remember if it's when I came to your event or when it was to your office, or whether it was when I was speaking there another time. But I remember being in a Crate and Barrel store. And you know how they have the platforms with all the glasses and whatnot. And I turned around and my purse went wipe, and they all went on the floor. It wiped out the whole display. And it might have been when I was there another time speaking for the association. But that's what when I think of Columbus, I think of Girgis and Crate and Barrel. Those are my memories. Yeah, Michael, now my husband, we walk into a Crate and Barrel now, and he's like, hold your purse in front of you. Do not do that again. I felt terrible. I just felt terrible. Dr. Carey, I'd love to hear a little bit more about, you know, your decision to move in the direction that you have with this very specialty, you know, type of clinical work, and what you're seeing, what the results are, what, you know, what's happening with that.
It really was an eye opener when we began to tackle it, because obviously I had no idea what it is. All we did in the past, traction, and we do traction, and you treat a patient with traction. One feels better, and the one next to it feels worse. And we didn't know the difference between, we're both back pain, and one feels great and the other didn't. So we didn't know. Right. Obviously, traction, it works, but it works for a patient that has only muscle spasm. But we realize when we deal with a patient that have disc herniation, disc bulging, and stenosis and all that stuff, traction is not the answer, actually the opposite. And we found that decompression actually relieves the pressure from the disc and take that. And really, it became, so I realized that we are going to do something beyond just from visit to visit, treat a patient from episode to episode, and however many visits we can keep them going, to really changing their lives. We have patients that end up canceling surgery, that had surgery on their schedule, and they wanted to try the decompression treatment to see if it works. And then 2 weeks later, they call me up and say, "Hey, I canceled my surgery." And because this, and we have people even who had surgery. We had multiple surgeries that ended up coming because the surgery failed, and we were able to help them. And it's an amazing thing. It's transforming people's lives beyond what. And chiropractic is great. I'm a chiropractor. I love to do adjusting, but I realize adjusting has the limitation. But
Sure.
this took us to the next level where we're able to actually change people's lives to the better, and for us to really cancel surgeries and relying on medication, narcotics, and all that. It's an amazing. And we found out about neuropathy care, and we have state-of-the-art equipment that we're learning how to do it, and we're able to change. When a woman came to us, I'll tell you an example of that. She came on crutches, crawling, walking, and somebody had to bring her over. And we looked at her feet, and her toes were black and blue, ready for amputation. It was
Yikes.
terrible. And as a matter of fact, I was reluctant. I didn't know if I really could change this. And we treated her with the treatment that we have. And within 2 months, her feet changed, became pink color, with the circulation improved, and removed that horrible looking black and blue coloring. And then she came one day, but that was about 2 months later. She came back. She drove herself to the office after we graduated from a walker to a cane. She said, "I forgot my cane."
Wow.
Drove to us so all of a sudden you see the life-changing treatment beyond. Do we give them a chiropractic adjustment? Of course, if they need it, they get it. But we are taking it a step beyond that, and are able to really change their life to the better. And that's what our practice right now is, almost 50% decompression and neuropathy care. And it's amazing. We see 40 to 50 patients a day in treating patients, and 80% of those patients are just that.
Wow.
And maybe 10 or 20% are just chiropractic adjustment only. But it's amazing. And this is all really cash out of pocket. The patients pay for it because it's not covered by insurance. And patients love to do it. And they keep a maintenance program where they follow up afterwards, like maybe once a month or so, however the need would be. And it's incredible.
Would you say practice is a little more fun now?
It is. Oh my goodness. I almost gave up after we struggled with the insurance, nickel and diming us, and struggling to see how many visits we can get a patient to get, and how much electrical stimulation or ISD or all those different modalities. We're trying to get as much as we can out of them. Where now I don't have to worry about it. 3% insurance coverage. I don't need it.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put you on the spot, but I would love to hear a little bit more. I know that one of the things that's been so impressive about you is the volunteer work and donation of your time that you do, both of you, and in your home country of Egypt, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, in 2012, we had a nonprofit, and we did medical missions. We did both in Egypt and in Peru, and we did microloans for women in India and in Egypt and in Peru, where we give them a small loan and they would start a business.
Yeah.
And then they return the money pay us back, and we take the money and recycle it and give it to somebody else. And eventually, during COVID, we couldn't do medical missions anymore. So we had to focus our attention to home missions. And so we purchased a fire truck. And it was a crazy idea. Sally said, "Why would buy a fire?"
I love it.
Well, the reason we did the fire truck is because we had our youth group. We did a food truck one time, sponsored it, and there was a lot of kids came. And it was really amazing response. I said, you know what? When I saw that an old fire truck, an antique fire truck for sale, I said, hey, that'd be a good attraction to bring it and take it to churches. And then we have the food provided for the kids and then share the gospel at the same time with them.
Mm.
And then we found out that the truck that we purchased, we didn't know it at the time. It's historical. It has been September 11.
Wow.
And so it had gone from Long Island, New York to New York City. And by the time it got to New York, it was too late. The damage was done, couldn't save anybody. So we take the people and give them a ride on that truck. It's really nice. It's 1972 Ford. And we can put about 10, 15 people on it. And they drive around. And then after they get off, they come off the fire truck and they go into a tent. And then we tell them this fire truck service September 11th couldn't save anybody because it was too late. By the time it got to New York City, the damage was done. It's too late to save anybody. And it's not going to save us in the end. Hell is too hot for the fire truck. So only Jesus can save us. And we ask them to give their heart to the Lord. And that's where the ministry is. And from that, I came up with another crazy idea. We are now building a Noah's Ark.
Oh.
Yes, it's a mobile ark, and it's a simulator Noah's Ark, which is the people, when they go into the ark, when they come in to visit, first they will see how the animal got to the ark on a large TV screen before they go in. And when they enter the ark, they will actually experience what Noah and his family would have experienced during the flood, which happens as soon as the door shuts, then the floor drops and the room begins to rock like a boat. And they were going to hear thunder, lightning, and banging on the walls, and the rain coming down, and people were screaming, "Open up! We believe you now. Let us in." And when the voices disappear and everything calms down, then another door opens, and they go to the next room in that ark. And they're going to hear the gospel message and share with them why only one family got saved during the flood, and obviously the end time coming. And we tell people it's urgent to give their heart to the Lord. So it's really a ministry, and that's why we love it. So we're doing that.
You have always done so much for everybody.
Well, and the people that are finished, we built the outside of the ark here, but the people who are finishing it are our engineers from Ark Encounter in Kentucky. So it's that quality, which we are just thrilled about. And they are wonderful people to work with.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I have been doing some microloaning for a while. Are you still doing that now as well?
We haven't done that lately, but we got our attention now in that building that ark.
Sure. Well, and I've done it through Kiva. You probably have heard of Kiva. And that's been an opportunity for us to, feel like we're doing something. But I have a great book that I've read. I wish I could remember the guy's name, but he's kind of known as the father of microloans out of India. Excellent book about 000, I think is what it's called. Yeah, it was so impactful. But, it speaks so much to you and Sally of how, when you hear what a giving heart is, that's what you have. You're just have always been that way. And I love how you're educating other chiropractors. And I would imagine if I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised if you tell me there's interns that are coming through and learning from you as always has been. And just remarkable, really.
We had a doctor here this past week from Colorado, and he spent a day with us, and like we use chiropractic, right? Which you told us to use. So all right. So we have it color coded. So of all the patients coming that day, he could see only 3 of them were coming for an adjustment. Like, whoa.
What's that? Yeah. Wow. Eyes open. Is he a new student, or is he practicing in Colorado now?
Practicing.
No, he's been in practice for 25 years.
Oh.
And he wanted to know how to move up from
your model.
the model to go to
Yeah.
decompression and neuropathy, and he wanted to see it in action. And so
Mhm.
obviously we had a busy day for him to watch and see if it does
Nice.
work. It does.
I
It
love
is.
that.
Yeah,
Well, you
we
have
have
to,
actually 13 decompression tables.
sounds like quite an operation. I can't wait to
Yes,
come see
and
you again.
we have 5 neuropathy bays that we treat patients for neuropathy, and we have lasers and all that. And it's just incredible how the office has evolved. We want you to come so you can see what's going
I
on.
want to.
So
I
yeah,
want to.
I would love to have you.
But in spite of that, it never becomes easy. It doesn't. It's always paying attention and working to keep things moving.
Yes.
Sure.
We
Sure.
just started doing seminars on Tuesday for neuropathy, and like I like to stand out front and open the door for people, and it's amazing to me the condition of the people who are coming.
Mm.
Walkers and canes, and we have one lady who started treatment just maybe 3 weeks ago, and she was shuffling when she started.
Yeah.
But through the technology and Carrie staying on top of it, she's like almost walking normal.
It's
Wow.
amazing.
We're always shocked,
Well, it's good. It's good to stay in awe of it a bit. I'll have to learn more about this doctor in Colorado if they decide to move forward, because my brother is a shuffler and neuropathy issues. And as you know, some of the issues with my husband's spine. So if there's somebody nearby, I'd certainly love to, especially if
No,
they've
we want you to come
No,
here.
send him over here.
I know.
You
But-
bring him.
It sounds like it's going to take a little while, though. I mean, we'd have
It
to come
doesn't
back
matter.
every week.
We have the room.
Okay. Well, you guys are great. Is there anything else you'd like to add or talk about or feel
Well,
would be
I just
important
have
for
to
our
say-
listeners?
How much I appreciate the way that you never say, sorry, Sally, that was a dumb question. You never treat me like that. It's always, okay, this is what I'd suggest. Maybe not do that. I mean, and how you've saved us from a whole lot of stuff. Like, for instance, having a Medicare patient stay on active care too long.
Mm-hmm.
I learned
Super
that from
common.
you. I learned that from you. I don't know where else I would have learned it, because I don't know anybody teaching.
The other thing I would like to add is, for instance, if I am a busy guy treating patients day by day, every hour, the whole thing, okay? So I don't have the time to really find out what's new, what will affect my practice, what can I do differently, or is there a change in the laws or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have to worry about that anymore, because you do that for me. You are my team. You are part of this practice. We maybe at a distance, but you are working on our behalf to make our practice legal, good, and
keep you out of jail.
Keep me out of jail, and it just give me the peace of mind that I
Yeah.
know I've done the right thing. Because everybody that practices wants to do the right thing. Nobody wants to do the shortcuts.
You're
There's
right.
something
You're
to
right.
do. They want to do it right, but for somebody to have somebody your quality on our team, man, they can't. There's no word that can describe it, and it's amazing how I love the relationship that we have with you, and how you give us the security and the assurance that we know what we're doing. It's not a question: is it right or is it not? It is. It's amazing. It's like hiring a coach. Those professional baseball player and the professional golfers, they have coaches that they hire to teach them how to do the right things. Well, I got you, and that's.
I want to say
Yeah.
too how much we appreciate Michael, because he is always so on it. If I email him, I hear back so fast, and again, so kind, not saying that's a dumb question. Always
Yeah.
so helpful. And
Well, you're very sweet. From what was going on in 2009 to what's going on now, we're very proud of the fact that we have as large a team, all pulling in their direction as we do. Michael has stepped back a little bit now and is just kind of in our CFO role, but Blake runs the company. I have a couple days off a week. I mean, this is what we're all looking forward to in our lives, right? And I know the specialist team is staying on top of things, and we make sure, in fact, it is usually Jill that is putting together the payer updates and the law updates that we share. So I appreciate you saying that very much. It's been 18 years, 42 years in the profession now, but as we begin to get a little bit closer to these changes that are happening, too many people are just thinking they can get their answers from AI, and that just scares me to death.
Yeah, great. And when do you want to schedule your brother?
I love you. We'll hop a plane, United. Right. Yeah, we'll get there.
All right. Yeah, you just let us know. We'd love to take care of him.
Well, thank you so much for being you and being part of our family for so long, and for giving us a little bit of your time today. I'm honored to be a part of your team in whatever way that we can help you. And you're such a beacon of light and hope, not only for patients, which is what, chiropractors should be, but also just for the world. You're just constantly so joyous and giving, and I am just better for knowing you, for sure.
You're so kind.
And when you come, we'll let you ride in the fire truck.
And we'll let you drive it.
Woo! Well, don't let me near the crate and barrel, please. That would be awesome.
No. They get the Noah's Ark, and you'll get the experience, the real experience.
That sounds cool.
Thank you guys. Thank you for being on our team. We're really honored to have you as part of our family.
Keep up the great work.
Man, you too.